The first warning did not come from the system. It came from the bank. At 9:17 in the morning, while Jiang City was still wrapped in the pale gold light of another working day, Lin Chen received a call from Zhao Ming. Mr. Lin. The relationship manager's voice was polite as always, but the usual calm had been replaced by something sharper. Do you have time to speak now? Lin Chen looked up from the financial reports spread across his desk. Inside his modest apartment, the old refrigerator hummed quietly. Morning sunlight rested on the notebook where he had been reviewing CloudLink Technologies' latest customer pipeline. Go ahead. There was a brief silence on the other end. Someone made an inquiry about your banking activity. Lin Chen's fingers paused on the edge of the report. From where? Not a government department. Zhao Ming answered carefully. Not directly. That one sentence carried more meaning than any explanation. Lin Chen leaned back slightly. Then from a private channel. Yes? Can you identify them? I shouldn't say too much over the phone. The caution in Zhao Ming's voice confirmed everything. This wasn't a random compliance review. Someone had noticed him. Not because he was rich. He wasn't rich enough yet. Not because he was famous. He had no public reputation. Which meant someone had noticed the pattern. CloudLink Technology. Chen Hao. The strategic investment. The sudden banking movement. The quiet spread of his name through Jiang City's startup circle. Lin Chen looked toward the city skyline beyond his window. For several seconds he said nothing. Then he asked, Is my account at risk? No. Zhao Ming answered immediately. Your funds are clean. Documentation is complete. The transfer was properly recorded. Your legal counsel handled the equity transaction correctly. That was Xu Qing's work. Lin Chen silently noted it. Professional structure had already begun protecting him before danger truly arrived. But Zhao Ming lowered his voice, but attention itself is risk. Outside the window, sunlight moved across the glass towers of Jiang City. For the first time since the benevolence cashback system appeared, Lin Chen felt something very clear. The battlefield had changed. Before this, poverty had been his enemy. Then ignorance. Then hesitation. Now, it was visibility. Thank you for telling me, Mr. Lin. Zhao Ming hesitated. If you are planning more investments, you may need to consider separating personal funds from business activity. Lin Chen's gaze sharpened slightly. A holding structure? At minimum? Zhao Ming replied. Personal accounts are not designed to carry a growing investment portfolio. I understand. After ending the call, Lin Chen remained still. No system notification appeared. No golden mission opened. No blue light answered his doubts. The room remained perfectly ordinary. That alone felt like an answer. The system had already rewarded him for the first strategic investment. Now the consequences belonged to him. Money entering a bank account was easy. Becoming someone worthy of managing it was not. He opened his notebook and wrote a new line beneath the previous rules. Personal wealth and business capital must be separated. After writing it, he underlined the sentence once, then twice. At that moment, his phone vibrated again. This time, it was Chen Hao. Brother Lin, can you come to the office today? We may have a problem. Lin Chen looked at the message, then at the city beyond the window. A faint breeze moved the curtains. The day had barely begun. Yet the storm was already approaching. CloudLink Technologies' office looked different from the first time Lin Chen had visited. Not physically. The walls were still plain. The meeting room was still small. The desks were still inexpensive. But the atmosphere had changed. Before, everyone had worked with the quiet desperation of a company trying to survive. Now, excitement and anxiety existed side by side. On one whiteboard, someone had written new customer leads from the summit. Logistics pilot. Retail chain demo. Manufacturing inventory trial. Regional restaurant group. Each line represented possibility. Each possibility represented pressure. Chen Hao stood beside the whiteboard with dark circles beneath his eyes. He looked as though he had slept inside the office. Lin Chen entered quietly. Several employees immediately looked up. Brother Lin. Morning, Brother Lin. The way they greeted him had changed too. It was no longer the polite distance reserved for an investor. There was warmth now, respect, trust. That trust carried weight. Chen Hao walked over with a tablet in hand. Look at this. On the screen was a message from a potential enterprise customer. Bright River Logistics, a mid-sized company operating delivery routes across several provinces. They wanted to test CloudLink's platform for inventory coordination across warehouse kitchens, supplier kitchens, and distribution centers. The contract value wasn't enormous by national standards, but for CloudLink, it was massive. Lin Chen read the message carefully. What's the problem? Chen Hao swiped to the next page. They want deployment within 30 days. Can you do it? Technically, maybe. Operationally? Chen Hao was silent. That silence answered more honestly than confidence would have. Lin Chen continued reading. Deployment across multiple branches. Customized reporting. Integration with existing procurement software. On-site support. Service level agreement. Penalty clause for delayed delivery. He looked up. This is too big for the current team. Chen Hao exhaled heavily. I know. But if we reject it, you may lose the chance. Exactly. Several employees lowered their heads. The office became quiet. Opportunity had arrived. But opportunity beyond capacity could become disaster. Lin Chen placed the tablet onto the table. Who introduced this customer? Chen Hao hesitated. Golden Peak Ventures. The air changed instantly. Lin Chen's expression remained calm, but his eyes became sharper. Xu Qing's warning from the summit returned clearly. Golden Peak was not careless. Liang Jiwan was even less careless. A large client appearing so quickly after their rejected investment proposal. Could be goodwill, could be temptation, could be a trap disguised as opportunity. Did they contact you directly? An assistant emailed me. Any conditions? Not written? Chen Hao paused, but they mentioned Golden Peak could provide deployment support if we needed help. Now everyone understood. A contract too large for CloudLink's current capacity. An investor offering support. A young company desperate for growth. If CloudLink accepted the client without Golden Peak, failure was possible. If CloudLink accepted Golden Peak's support, dependency began. Lin Chen almost smiled. Liang Jiwan was indeed experienced. He didn't attack the company. He offered what the company wanted most. Growth. Chen Hao looked at him. What do we do? Lin Chen did not answer immediately. He looked around the office. 6 employees. 1 struggling founder. 1 useful product. Several new opportunities. Limited cash. Limited cash. Limited structure. Limited structure. And now, a predator standing just outside the door. Smiling politely. First, Lin Chen spoke calmly. We don't accept anything today. 1 employee looked anxious, but Bright River asked for a reply by tomorrow. Then we reply tomorrow. His tone remained even. Second, we verify Bright River. Whether they are genuinely interested, whether their requirement is reasonable, whether the timeline can be negotiated, whether the penalty clause is standard. Third, we do not accept operational help from Golden Peak before Xu Qing reviews everything. Chen Hao nodded immediately. Understood. Lin Chen looked toward the whiteboard again. Fourth, we build a capacity map. Every employee's workload, every technical module, every deployment step, every risk. If we can handle 60%, we negotiate the rest. If we can handle 30%, we walk away. The room became silent. Walk away. Those 2 words were harder than accepting. To a starving company, refusing food required more courage than chasing it. Chen Hao clenched his fists. What if this is our only chance? Lin Chen looked at him. Then it isn't a chance. It's bait. The sentence landed heavily. Several employees lowered their eyes. Chen Hao stood motionless for a long moment. Then slowly nodded. You're right. His voice was quiet, but it's hard. I know. Lin Chen's expression softened slightly. That's why we don't decide when we're afraid. At that moment, the golden interface appeared in the corner of Lin Chen's vision. No sound, no fanfare. Only a single line. Business battlefield detected. Lin Chen's heart remained steady. The system was no longer telling him where to go. It was confirming what he had already seen. A second line emerged. New classification. Corporate conflict. Evaluation pending. Then the interface faded. No reward. No mission details. No instructions. Only acknowledgement. Lin Chen looked around the small office again. This was different from helping someone pay for coffee. Different from investing in a struggling founder. This was no longer about one act of benevolence. This was about protecting an ecosystem that had just begun to grow. By noon, the CloudLink office had transformed into a command center. The whiteboard was divided into sections: technical capacity, customer requirements, legal risk, cash flow, hiring needs, external partners. Chen Hao handled the product team. Lin Chen handled business evaluation. One employee contacted existing customers for deployment feedback. Another compiled support time data. Someone else calculated server load. For the first time, CloudLink stopped operating like a small group of engineers reacting to emergencies. It began moving like a company. Not mature yet. Not polished, but structured. Xu Qing arrived at 2 o'clock. She walked into the office carrying a thin laptop and a folder. The moment she saw the whiteboard, her eyes paused briefly. Then she looked at Lin Chen. You already suspected something. Yes. She placed the folder on the table. Good, because the penalty clause is unusual. Chen Hao's face changed. How unusual? Xu Qing opened the draft agreement. If CloudLink fails to complete deployment on time, Bright River can terminate the contract and demand compensation. That's normal, Chen Hao said. It can be. Xu Qing replied calmly. But here, the compensation is tied not only to service fees, but also to projected operational loss. The room froze. Lin Chen narrowed his eyes. Meaning? Meaning if something goes wrong, they can claim losses far exceeding the contract value. An employee's face turned pale. How much? Xu Qing looked at the document. Potentially millions. The office became deathly silent. A contract that looked like opportunity had teeth hidden beneath the smile. Chen Hao slowly sat down. If we signed this, you would have placed the entire company at risk. Xu Qing answered without softening the truth. No one spoke. Outside the window, the afternoon sun shone brightly over the commercial district. Inside, everyone felt cold. Lin Chen looked at Chen Hao. Now you understand why large opportunities require structure. Chen Hao nodded slowly. His throat moved, but no words came out. Lin Chen turned toward Xu Qing. Can the clause be revised? Yes. Will they accept? That depends on whether they genuinely want the product. Lin Chen looked at the draft contract again. Then at the name Bright River Logistics. Then we test them. At 4 o'clock, Lin Chen called Zhao Ming. I need your help verifying a company. Zhao Ming responded quickly. Bright River Logistics. Lin Chen's eyes sharpened. You know them? They bank with another institution. Zhao Ming paused. But I've seen their credit discussions before. Are they healthy? Operationally stable? Reputation mixed? Mixed how? They expand aggressively. Several vendors complained about delayed settlement. Nothing illegal, but enough to be careful. Lin Chen thanked him and ended the call. The picture became clearer. Bright River was real. The opportunity was real. The risk was also real, which meant this wasn't a fake trap. It was something more dangerous. A real opportunity structured in a way that could make CloudLink dependent on stronger capital. If CloudLink refused entirely, it lost growth. If CloudLink accepted carelessly, it risked collapse. If CloudLink negotiated properly, it might win its first major enterprise client without surrendering control. That was the battlefield, not technology, not money, terms, execution, leverage. As evening fell, the CloudLink team sat around the conference table. Everyone looked tired. No one had eaten dinner, but their eyes were clearer than before. Lin Chen placed 3 options on the table. Option 1, reject, safe, but we lose momentum. Option 2, accept as written, fast growth, extreme risk. Option 3, counteroffer, lower deployment scope, longer timeline, penalty capped at contract value, paid pilot first, no Golden Peak operational involvement. Chen Hao looked at the third option. They may refuse. They might. What if they do? Then we survive. Lin Chen's answer was simple, but it struck everyone harder than any speech. Survival mattered. A company that survived could grow again. A company that survived could grow again. A company destroyed by arrogance became a worn story. Chen Hao slowly exhaled. Then we counter. Lin Chen nodded. Good. He stood. Tonight, everyone goes home. Several employees looked stunned, but the reply, we'll send it tomorrow morning after Xu Qing reviews the wording. He looked around. Exhausted people make bad decisions. No one argued. One by one, employees began packing their bags. As they left, the office gradually quieted. Only Chen Hao remained. He stood beside the whiteboard, staring at the words Lin Chen had written earlier. If we can handle 60%, negotiate the rest. If we can handle 30%, walk away. Chen Hao suddenly said, Before you came, I would have signed. Lin Chen did not pretend otherwise. I know. Chen Hao laughed bitterly, and I would have called it courage. No. Lin Chen shook his head. You would have called it responsibility. That's why it was dangerous. Chen Hao looked at him. There was gratitude in his eyes, but also something deeper. Recognition. Not of money, not of status, of leadership. For the first time, Chen Hao truly understood what Lin Chen had brought into CloudLink. Not capital, not advice, a way of seeing danger before it became visible. Late that night, Lin Chen finally returned to his apartment. The city outside was bright with traffic. Inside, the room was quiet. He placed his bag on the chair and loosened his collar. His phone lit up. A message from Suwan. I heard CloudLink was mentioned in today's startup briefing. Congratulations. Lin Chen looked at the message for several seconds before replying. Too early for congratulations. Something happened. A possible opportunity and possible trouble. This time. Suwan replied after a short pause. Those often arrive together. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Spoken like an investment professional. Spoken like someone who has seen too many founders mistake danger for destiny. Her reply made him pause. Suwan rarely said unnecessary things. That sentence carried experience. Perhaps her world was not as calm as she made it appear. Before he could respond, another message arrived. Need a second opinion? Lin Chen looked at the contract file on his desk. He thought for a moment. Then sent it. Only if you have time. Her response came quickly. For serious things, make time. Lin Chen's fingers rested above the screen. The relationship between them had quietly moved again. Not toward romance. Not yet. Toward trust. That was far more stable. At 1:17 in the morning, Suwan sent back her comments. There were only 5 lines. Each one struck directly at the contract's hidden weakness. She had identified the same risk as Xu Qing, but from an investor's perspective rather than a lawyer's. Lin Chen read her final sentence twice. This contract is not designed to purchase service. It is designed to create dependency. A faint chill moved through the quiet apartment. He leaned back slowly. Dependency. That was the real word. Golden Peak had not pushed a contract. It had arranged a situation where CloudLink might walk into its arms voluntarily. At that exact moment, the system interface appeared. Corporate conflict evaluation updated. Threat type. Dependency trap. Recommended response. Host judgment required. No further guidance appeared. Lin Chen looked at the glowing words, then toward the city beyond the window. Somewhere in that city, Liang Zhuan was probably waiting for his first move. And for the first time, Lin Chen understood clearly. Arcane systems, cashback rewards, and sudden wealth could help him rise. But in Jiang City's business world, the people waiting above him did not need systems. They already had capital, networks, lawyers, banks, media, influence. If he wanted to keep climbing, he would need to build something stronger than money. He would need a battlefield of his own. Outside, the city lights burned deep into the night. Inside the quiet apartment, Lin Chen opened a new page in his notebook and wrote 4 words. Never accept hidden chains. The ink dried slowly beneath the desk lamp, and before dawn arrived, CloudLink's counteroffer was ready. The counteroffer reached Bright River Logistics at 8:30 in the morning. By 9, CloudLink's office was quieter than it had ever been. No one joked, no one played music. Even the keyboard sounds seemed softer than usual. Everyone understood that the document sent from Shu Qing's office did not merely revise a contract. It rejected a chain. The new proposal was clean. Paid pilot first, limited deployment scope, 45-day timeline. Penalty capped at paid service fees. No projected loss compensation. No third-party operational intervention without written consent. No investor-introduced consultants entering the project without CloudLink approval. The clauses were precise, professional, reasonable, and impossible to misunderstand. Chen Hao stood beside the whiteboard, staring at the sent email as though it were a battlefield report. They'll be angry. Lin Chen sat at the conference table with a cup of plain tea in front of him. Maybe they might cancel. Maybe. Several employees exchanged nervous glances. One young programmer finally couldn't hold back. Brother Lin, if they cancel, did we just lose our biggest opportunity? Lin Chen looked at him. No. We lost the wrong version of it. The room became silent. The young programmer lowered his head, not because he felt scolded, but because he understood. Growth that required surrendering control was not growth. It was a slow form of ownership transfer. Chen Hao took a deep breath. I want to believe that. You don't have to believe it. Lin Chen placed the printed contract beside the laptop. You only need to remember it. The office phone rang. Everyone froze. Chen Hao answered. CloudLink Technology, Chen Hao speaking. His expression changed within seconds. Not fear, not relief. Something more complicated. I understand. Yes, we are available this afternoon. Thank you. The call ended. No one dared speak. Chen Hao slowly turned toward Lin Chen. Bright River wants an in-person meeting. When? 3 o'clock. Who attends? Their procurement director. He paused. And someone from Golden Peak. The air in the room tight. A real customer. A hidden introducer. A rejected dependency trap. Now all 3 forces were entering the same room. Lin Chen slowly smiled. Good. Chen Hao blinked. Good, least now we know who wants what. The meeting was not held at CloudLink. Bright River chose a business lounge inside the Riverside Commercial Center, a place designed to remind small companies of their position. Marble floors. Quiet waiters. Private rooms hidden behind polished wooden doors. Large windows overlooking Jiang City's riverfront skyline. Everything suggested stability, scale, and money. Chen Hao adjusted his collar for the 3rd time before entering. Lin Chen noticed. Nervous? Very. Good. Chen Hao gave him a helpless look. You're saying that again? Because it still works. Chen Hao laughed despite himself. The tension loosened slightly. Shu Qing arrived 5 minutes later. Navy suit. Thin-rimmed glasses. calm expression. She carried only one folder. That alone made her look more dangerous than anyone carrying a stack of documents. Remember. She looked at Chen Hao. You are not begging for a contract. You are evaluating whether this customer is suitable for your company. Chen Hao nodded. I'll try. Don't try, Xu Qing said. Do it. Lin Chen almost smiled. Chen Hao suddenly stood straighter. Some people encouraged with warmth. Xu Qing encouraged like a blade being placed exactly where it needed to be. The Bright River team arrived on time. Procurement Director Fang Rui was a broad-shouldered man in his 40s, with sharp eyes and a practiced smile. Beside him was a younger assistant carrying a laptop. Behind them walked a man Lin Chen recognized immediately. Not Liang Jiwan. One of Golden Peak's assistants from the summit. Tall, neat suit, quiet expression. The kind of person trained to observe more than speak. Fang Rui shook hands with Chen Hao first, Mr. Chen. Then Lin Chen, Mr. Lin. His grip was firm. His smile polite. Your counteroffer surprised us. Lin Chen returned the handshake calmly. Then I hope it was a useful surprise. Fang Rui laughed. Interesting. Everyone sat down. Tea was poured. Documents were open. The meeting began without small talk. Fang Rui tapped the revised contract. Your legal team removed the projected loss compensation clause. Xu Qing responded before Chen Hao could speak. Correct. That clause exposed CloudLink to damages far beyond the contract value. Fang Rui leaned back. Our operations are complex. If deployment fails, our losses are real. Then we should define measurable service boundaries. Xu Qing's voice remained calm. Unlimited liability is not a service standard. The assistant from Golden Peak smiled faintly, but said nothing. Lin Chen noticed. Good. Good. Let him listen. Fang Rui turned toward Chen Hao. Mr. Chen, do you have confidence in your product? Chen Hao's fingers tightened slightly beneath the table. This was a trap disguised as a challenge. If he said no, he lost credibility. If he said yes recklessly, he accepted unreasonable risk. Lin Chen did not interrupt. Chen Hao needed to answer himself. After a brief silence, Chen Hao looked directly at Fang Rui. I have confidence in our product. But confidence is not arrogance. Our software works best when deployment scope is clear. Data access is complete. And staff training is properly scheduled. He opened his notebook. For your current requirement. 30 days is too rushed. Fang Rui's eyebrows lifted slightly. You are saying you cannot do it. I am saying I will not promise what harms both sides. The room went quiet. Lin Chen lowered his eyes slightly. A faint smile touched his lips. That answer was better than anything he could have given Chen Hao. Fang Rui studied the young founder for a long moment. Then looked toward Lin Chen. Did you teach him that? Lin Chen smiled. No. He learned it after nearly signing something dangerous. For the first time, Fang Rui's smile faded. The Golden Peak assistant lowered his gaze to his tea. The atmosphere changed. The polite surface remained. But everyone at the table understood that CloudLink was not as easy to handle as expected. Negotiation lasted 2 hours. Bright River pushed for faster deployment. CloudLink pushed for staged rollout. Bright River demanded higher penalty coverage. Xu Qing capped liability. Golden Peak's assistant occasionally offered coordination resources in gentle professional language. Lin Chen rejected each one without directly offending him. We appreciate the offer. For this stage, internal execution keeps responsibility clear. We'll consider outside support only after the pilot data confirms necessity. Every refusal sounded reasonable. Every refusal closed another door to dependency. By the end, the contract had changed completely. Phase 1 would cover only 2 warehouses. CloudLink would receive partial payment up front. Bright River would provide clean data access within 5 working days. Penalty clauses were capped. Golden Peak would remain only the introducer. No operational rights, no consulting access, no hidden influence. Feng Rui finally closed the folder. Mr. Lin, you're careful. Lin Chen nodded. I'm learning. Most people say they are careful. Feng Rui looked at him with deeper interest. You actually are. Chen Hao glanced at Lin Chen. For the first time that day, his shoulders relaxed. The contract wasn't signed yet, but the battlefield had shifted. They had not won by overpowering anyone. They had won by refusing to panic. Feng Rui stood. I'll take the revised terms back to our chairman. When can we expect a response? Within 3 days. He paused at the door. One more thing. Everyone looked at him. Feng Rui's gaze landed on Chen Hao. If this pilot succeeds, Bright River will not be your biggest customer for long. Then he left. The Golden Peak assistant remained behind for half a second longer. He looked at Lin Chen. Chairman Lang asked me to pass along a message. Lin Chen's expression remained unchanged. Please. The assistant smiled politely. He said, refusing help is easy. Building something without help is difficult. Lin Chen looked at him. Then please tell Chairman Liang. I don't refuse help. I refuse hidden prices. The assistant's smile stiffened slightly, only for an instant. Then he nodded. I'll pass that along. The door closed. Chen Hao released a breath he had been holding. Xu Qing collected her documents. Not bad. Chen Hao looked at her. Only not bad? For a first corporate negotiation? She adjusted her glasses. Not bad is already high praise. Chen Hao laughed. It was the first genuine laugh he had made all day. By evening, the news had somehow spread. CloudLink had not bowed to Bright River's original contract. CloudLink had countered. Bright River had not walked away immediately. Inside Jiang City's startup circle, that alone was enough to attract attention. Small founders whispered in group chats. Some admired them. Some said they were reckless. Some predicted Bright River would blacklist them. Others quietly asked who was advising CloudLink. At Tianyu Media, Wang Hao rolled his chair toward Lin Chen's desk with a strange expression. Brother Chen. Lin Chen looked up from his monitor. What? Are you secretly doing something big? Lin Chen paused. Why? Wang Hao turned his phone around. On the screen was a startup community post mentioning CloudLink's negotiation with Bright River. No names appeared, but the phrase young strategic investor behind CloudLink had already begun circulating. Lin Chen looked at the post, then returned the phone. Rumors. Wang Hao stared at him. You know, normal people deny things faster. Lin Chen smiled. Then maybe I'm slower than normal. Wang Hao narrowed his eyes. You're definitely hiding something. Before Lin Chen could answer, Li Wei's office door opened. The marketing manager stepped out. His gaze swept across the department before stopping on Lin Chen. Lin Chen, come here. The office quieted slightly. Wang Hao lowered his voice. Careful. Lin Chen stood. He had expected this sooner or later. Rumors move faster than people. And people like Liu Wei hated uncertainty more than failure. Inside Liu Wei's office, the curtains were half drawn. The room smelled faintly of coffee and expensive cologne, exactly as before. Liu Wei sat behind his desk, fingers interlaced. His smile was friendly. Too friendly. I heard something interesting today. Lin Chen sat down calmly. About what? CloudLink technology. Liu Wei watched his expression carefully. Apparently they have a young investor helping them negotiate enterprise contracts. Is that so? Liu Wei's smile deepened. Lin Chen, don't misunderstand. I'm not asking as your manager. I'm asking as someone who appreciates capable employees. Lin Chen quietly looked at him. The same tone, the same polish, the same invisible pressure. Liu Wei continued. If you have outside business activity, you should report it to the company, to avoid conflicts of interest. Of course, Lin Chen nodded. There is no conflict. CloudLink is a technology service company. Tianxu Media is an advertising agency. My work here remains unaffected. Liu Ai. Wai's eyes narrowed slightly. That isn't for you to decide. No. Lin Chen replied calmly. It's for company policy to decide. The room became still. For the first time, Liu Wai's smile lost a trace of warmth. In the past, Lin Chen would have swallowed the pressure. Now, he simply responded according to facts. Not arrogance, not defiance. Structure, documentation, rules. The things Liu Wai had once used to suppress others were slowly becoming Lin Chen's shield. Liu Wai leaned back. You've changed recently. People change when they learn. Learn what? Lin Chen smiled faintly. That silence isn't the same as weakness. The air between them tightened. For several seconds, neither man spoke. Then Liu Wai laughed softly. Good, very good. You may go. Lin Chen stood. As he reached the door, Liu Wai spoke again. Lin Chen. He stopped. People who climb too quickly often forget to check whether the ladder belongs to someone else. Lin Chen turned slightly. Then I'll build my own. He opened the door and left. Behind him, Liu Wai's expression darkened completely. Night returned to Jiang City. Cloudlink waited for Bright River's answer. Golden Peak watched from the shadows. Tianyu Media began whispering. And Lin Chen's quiet rise, once hidden beneath ordinary clothes and careful silence, had finally begun touching the edges of other people's interests. Back in his apartment, Lin Chen reviewed the revised contract one final time. Su Wan's comments appeared in the margin beside Su Qing's legal notes. Two different perspectives, one legal, one financial. Both had protected Cloudlink. He sent Su Wan a brief message. Your advice helped. Her reply came several minutes later. Then remember to owe me dinner. Lin Chen smiled. I thought you didn't like people owing you. I don't. That's why I'm collecting quickly. For a moment, that's why I'm collecting quickly. The pressure of contracts, banks, hidden capital, and workplace politics softened. Then another message arrived. This one was from Chen Hao. Bright River agreed to the revised pilot terms. Lin Chen's gaze sharpened. A second message followed. But Golden Peak also requested a private meeting with me tomorrow morning. Lin Chen's smile faded. Before he could reply, the blue system interface appeared. Corporate conflict progress updated. Dependency trap avoided. New threat detected. Target, founder loyalty. Lin Chen looked at the final line. Outside his window, the city's lights burned like countless watching eyes. The first corporate challenge had not ended. It had merely changed direction. Chen Hao did not sleep that night. At 7:20 the next morning, Lin Chen arrived at Cloudlink and found him already sitting alone in the conference room. The lights were on. The blinds were half open. The whiteboard still carried yesterday's contract notes, but someone had added a new sentence beneath them in black marker. If we survive, we grow. Lin Chen stopped at the doorway for a moment. Chen Hao looked up. His eyes bloodshot but steady. You're early. So are you. Chen Hao gave a tired smile. I kept thinking about Golden Peak's private meeting. Did you decide? I decided not to go alone. Lin Chen walked in and placed a cup of hot soy milk on the table. Good. Chen Hao stared at it for several seconds before accepting it with both hands. Thank you. The words were simple, but his voice carried something different from before. Not gratitude toward an investor. Trust towards someone standing beside him. Lin Chen sat opposite him. Golden Peak wants to separate you from the team. I know. If you go emotionally unprepared, they won't need to force you. I know that too. Chen Hao lowered his gaze toward the cup. But knowing it doesn't make it easy. The conference room fell quiet. Outside, employees began arriving one by one. The sound of footsteps, keyboards, and morning greetings gradually filled the small office. Cloudlink was no longer the desperate little company it had been before, but it was still fragile. One enterprise pilot could change its fate. One wrong agreement could destroy it. Chen Hao looked toward the open office. Before you invested, I thought keeping the company alive meant accepting every chance. And now I realize some chances are just better-looking debts. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Then you're learning. Xu Qing arrived at 8. She did not ask for coffee. She walked directly into the conference room, placed her briefcase on the table, and took out a recorder. Chen Hao blinked. Is that necessary? If Golden Peak wants a private meeting, we record minutes afterward. Xu Qing adjusted her glasses. If they object to transparency, that alone tells us something. Chen Hao nodded slowly. Lin Chen looked at her. Will you attend? I can't. Why? They invited the founder privately. If I attend, they'll switch to formal negotiation. She tapped the table lightly. You need to know what they say when they think they can influence him emotionally. Chen Hao's expression stiffened slightly. Lin Chen understood. This wasn't about legal clauses anymore. It was about loyalty. Golden Peak had failed to chain the company through contract terms. Now it wanted to test the founder. Xu Qing handed Chen Hao a single sheet of paper. These are the lines you do not cross. He took it carefully. No equity discussion. No board seat discussion. No operational support commitment. No exclusive cooperation. No verbal promise. No private side agreement. No disclosure of internal financial pressure. No emotional response. At the bottom, Xu Qing had written one sentence. If you are unsure, say, I need to discuss this with my partner. Chen Hao stared at those words for a long time. My partner. His voice was very soft. Lin Chen did not speak. That word was not something given casually. It had to be earned. Chen Hao folded the paper and placed it inside his notebook. Understood. Golden Peak chose the meeting location. A quiet tea house near the financial district. Not their office, not CloudLink, neutral ground. At least on the surface. The room overlooked an artificial garden where bamboo moved gently in the morning breeze. Warm wood, pale stone, and soft lighting created an atmosphere of refined calm. Liang Jiewan was already seated when Chen Hao arrived. No assistance. No documents. Only tea, Mr. Chen. He smiled and gestured to the seat opposite him. Thank you for coming. Chen Hao sat down. Chairman Liang poured tea personally. Most people would feel honored. Chen Hao simply remembered Lin Chen's reminder. When powerful people lower themselves first, they often expect you to lower your guard. Your counteroffer yesterday was impressive, Liang said. Bright River accepted because the revised terms were reasonable. Reasonable terms don't usually appear by themselves. Chen Hao smiled politely. Our team reviewed them carefully. Your team, Liang repeated the phrase with mild amusement. Order, Mr. Lin. Chen Hao did not answer immediately. Liang watched him closely, then smiled. Don't misunderstand. I admire him. Young, calm, unusually careful. But Chen Hao, he leaned back slightly. You founded CloudLink. Not him. The bamboo outside swayed in the wind. Chen Hao's fingers rested against the teacup. The words were soft. The blade beneath them was sharp. Liang continued gently. Founders are often lonely. They build something from nothing. Then investors arrive after the most painful stage and start telling them how to walk. I've seen this too many times. Chen Hao lowered his eyes. A month ago, those words would have pierced straight into his deepest fear. That someone else would eventually take away the company he had nearly destroyed himself trying to save. Now, the words still hurt, but they no longer controlled him. Mr. Rao. Lin didn't take control from me, he said calmly. He stopped me from losing it. For the first time, Liang's smile paused, only slightly. Then it returned. Good answer. He poured more tea. But answer me honestly. If one day he disagrees with your vision, what will you do? Chen Hao looked toward the garden. He remembered the first investor who had pulled out, the co-founder who had left. The employees who had stayed despite delayed salaries. Lin Chen standing beside the whiteboard, saying that survival mattered more than pride. If he is wrong, I will argue, Chen Hao answered. If he is right, I will listen. Liang's eyes deepened. And if money pressures you, then I won't make decisions while afraid. This time, Liang did not immediately respond. Those words clearly did not belong to a man who had never been influenced. They belonged to someone who had already chosen his side. Liang placed the teacup down. Mr. Chen, Golden Peak can provide 20 million yuan in series of financing. The room became quiet. 20 million. For CloudLink, that amount could hire a real sales team, expand servers, build customer support, open 3 regional offices, and remove every immediate financial worry. Chen Hao's heartbeat still quickened. He did not pretend otherwise. Money was powerful. Money was oxygen. But too much oxygen given through someone else's tube could become dependence. Liang continued. No immediate board control, no hostile terms. Clean investment, at a better valuation than Mr. Pang. Lin's deal. Chen Hao slowly looked at him. Why? Liang smiled. Because I believe in your company. Then send the term sheet to Su Qing. Liang's smile thinned. I invited you because I wanted to speak founder to founder. Chen Hao shook his head. You're not a founder talking to a founder. You're a capital holder talking to someone who needs money. The tea room became completely silent. The bamboo shadows moved across the table. Liang looked at Chen Hao for several seconds before laughing softly. Mr. Lin has taught you well. Chen Hao stood. No. He reminded me what I already should have known. He bowed politely. If Golden Peak has a formal offer, send it to the company email. All partners will review it together. Then he left. Liang remained seated. The tea in front of him gradually cooled. After a long time, he picked up his phone. Change the assessment. His voice was calm. Chen Hao is not the weak point. The person on the other end asked something. Liang looked toward the closed door. The weak point is no longer obvious. When Chen Hao returned to CloudLink, the entire office looked up. He walked straight into the conference room. Lin Chen and Su Qing were waiting. For once, neither asked first. Chen Hao removed the folded paper from his notebook and placed it on the table. I crossed none of them. Su Qing picked it up. The corners of her mouth lifted slightly. Good. Lin Chen looked at him. What did they offer? 20 million. The room fell quiet. Even Su Qing's expression shifted. That was not small money. Chen Hao continued, clean terms according to him. But I told him to send everything officially. Lin Chen's gaze softened. Was it difficult? Very? Then you did well. Chen Hao exhaled slowly. For some reason, those 4 words meant more than Golden Peak's 20 million. The employees outside did not know the details, but they saw Chen Hao return. They saw Lin Chen stand beside him. They saw Su Qing begin preparing official response procedures, and somehow, the anxiety inside the company quietly changed. CloudLink had survived its first loyalty test. More importantly, its founder had survived himself. At noon, Bright River formally confirmed the pilot contract, the revised version, paid up front, limited scope, no hidden dependency, no Golden Peak operational involvement. When the signed document arrived, the office erupted into applause. Not wild celebration, not reckless joy, the relief of people who had walked near a cliff and returned safely. Chen Hao stood before everyone. Today, we didn't just win a client. We learned how not to lose ourselves while winning one. His voice trembled slightly, but every word was clear. Several employees clapped hard. Lin Chen stood near the doorway, watching quietly. He did not need to stand at the center. That was Chen Hao's company. His role was to help it grow without stealing its soul. At that moment, the blue interface appeared. Corporate conflict progress updated. Founder loyalty test passed. Enterprise pilot secured. Dependency risk temporarily reduced. Business network stability increased. No cashback followed. Instead, another line appeared. Ecosystem value accumulating. Settlement pending future outcome. Lin Chen looked at the words calmly. The system had become patient. So had he. That evening, Lin Chen returned to Tianyu Media later than usual. The moment he entered the department, he sensed the atmosphere. Several co-workers looked away quickly. 2 people whispered near the pantry. Wang Hao rushed over. "Brother Chen." His voice was low. "You need to see this." He handed Lin Chen his phone. An anonymous internal forum post had appeared less than an hour earlier. No names, but everyone knew who it implied. A junior employee at Tianyu Media was allegedly involved in outside business activity, using company contacts and working hours for private gain. The post questioned whether management would investigate. Lin Chen read it once, then again. The wording was careful. No direct accusation. No provable defamation, but enough to plant suspicion. Wang Hao clenched his jaw. This is disgusting. Lin Chen returned the phone. Has Har seen it, probably? As if answering him, an email arrived. From Human Resources. Subject: Request for explanation. Lin Chen opened it. The message was short and formal. He was asked to attend a meeting the following morning regarding potential conflict of interest concerns. Wang Hao cursed under his breath. Someone is targeting you. Lin Chen looked toward Lu Ai's office. The door was closed. The blinds were slightly open. Behind them, Liu Wei sat at his desk, reading something on his computer with a faint smile. Their eyes met through the gap. Liu Wei did not look away. Lin Chen's expression remained calm. He had expected pressure. He simply had not expected the next battlefield to arrive so quickly. His phone vibrated. This time, it was not the system. It was Su Wan. I saw a rumor involving Tianyu Media and a startup investor. Is it you? Lin Chen looked at the message. For a moment, the noise of the office seemed to fade. He typed back only one sentence. Yes, but the rumor is twisted. Her reply came almost immediately. Then don't answer emotionally. Prepare evidence. Lin Chen smiled faintly. She understood too quickly, almost as if she had fought similar battles before. Before he could respond, the system appeared. New conflict detected. Threat type: reputation attack. Source: internal workplace. External influence: unknown. Recommended response: documentation. Witnesses: timing. Lin Chen looked at the final word. Timing. Outside the office windows, Jiang City glowed beneath the darkening sky. CloudLink had avoided one hidden chain, but another had already tightened around him. And this time, the battlefield was his own workplace. By 8 the next morning, the rumor had already learned how to wear a suit. It no longer looked like gossip, it looked like procedure. When Lin Chen arrived at Tianyu Media, the usual morning noise softened around him in a way that felt almost theatrical. Conversations lowered. Eyes shifted away. People who usually nodded at him suddenly pretended to be busy with coffee machines, printers, phones, anything that allowed them to avoid choosing a side. A company did not need to announce suspicion. Suspicion announced itself through silence. Wang Hao was waiting near Lin Chen's desk with 2 paper cups of coffee. One was placed carefully beside Lin Chen's keyboard. Don't drink the office coffee today. Lin Chen glanced at him. Why? Because I'm annoyed. Wang Hao pushed the cup closer. And annoyed people buy better coffee. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Thanks. Wang Hao lowered his voice. HR meeting at 10. I know. Brother Chen, be careful. I will. No. I mean really careful. Wang Hao looked toward Liu Ai's office, then quickly looked away. This doesn't feel like normal workplace politics. Lin Chen placed his backpack beside the chair. It isn't. Wang Hao's expression changed. You know something? I know enough to prepare. He opened his laptop. No panic. No visible anger. The first thing he did was not check the company forum. Not message Chen Hao. not defend himself. He opened a folder. Evidence. Inside were subfolders arranged neatly by date. Work, attendance, client assignments, project timestamps, internal emails, meeting records, CloudLink investment documents, legal filings, bank transfer proof, equity registration, all already prepared, not because he had expected this exact attack. Because since Liu Wei first altered the contributor page in the proposal, Lin Chen had learned one truth. People who stole credit often feared records, so he kept records. At 9:15, Xu Qing called. "I saw your message." Her voice was crisp. "You said HR requested a meeting regarding conflict of interest." "Yes. Do not argue emotionally." "I won't. Do not volunteer unnecessary information." "I understand. Answer only what they ask." "Yes. Bring the legal documents proving your investment was done outside company scope." "Prepared. Bring proof that CloudLink is not a Tianyu Media client." "Prepared. Bring your work output records for the relevant dates." "Prepared." Xu Qing paused. For the first time, her tone softened slightly. "You learn fast." Lin Chen looked at the files on his screen. "I've had good teachers." "Good. One more thing. I'm listening. If someone asks whether you used company resources, ask them to define resources." Lin Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. Xu Qing continued. "Vague accusations survive because vague words are never challenged. Make them become specific." The sentence settled in his mind. Specificity was a blade. Used correctly, it cut fog apart. At 9:40, Suan sent a message. "Do you need me to appear?" Lin Chen stared at the screen for a moment. Not because he needed her help. Because she had offered before he asked. That was different. He typed back. "Not yet." Her reply came quickly. "Then I'll stay available." A second message followed. "Remember, reputation attacks are rarely about truth. They're about making people hesitate before trusting you." Lin Chen read the message twice. Some people gave comfort. Suan gave clarity. He replied, "I'll remember." Then he put the phone away. Across the office, Liu Wei's door opened. He stepped out wearing a charcoal suit, carrying a folder in one hand. His expression was calm, professional, almost regretful. Too perfect. He passed Lin Chen's desk and paused briefly. "HR asked me to attend as your direct manager." Lin Chen looked up. "Of course." Liu Wei sighed softly. "I hope this is only a misunderstanding." Several nearby employees heard him. That was the point. Lin Chen closed his laptop. "So do I." His voice was calm enough that Liu Wei's smile stiffened for half a second. Then the moment passed. They walked toward the meeting room together, one in front, one behind. From the outside, it looked like procedure. From inside Lin Chen's heart, it felt like stepping onto another battlefield. The R meeting room was smaller than most conference rooms. White walls, glass door, a rectangular table, a jug of water in the center. Nothing dramatic. That made it more dangerous. People imagined attacks as shouting matches. Most real attacks happened under fluorescent lights while someone asked polite questions. There were 3 people inside. HR Manager Zhou, Liu Wei, a representative from compliance. Lin Chen sat opposite them. He placed his folder on the table but did not open it. HR Manager Zhou adjusted her glasses. Lin Chen. "Thank you for coming, of course. We received an internal report suggesting you may be involved in outside commercial activity related to CloudLink technology." Lin Chen nodded. "I am an investor in CloudLink technology. The direct answer in Madeleine technology." Zhou paused. Liu Wei's eyes moved slightly. He had probably expected denial. Lin Chen continued calmly. "The investment was made personally, outside working hours, with private funds, through proper legal documentation." Compliance Representative Huang leaned forward. "You admit involvement. I acknowledge lawful personal investment." Lin Chen looked at him. Involvement is too broad. Xu Qing's advice returned at exactly the right time. Huan's expression shifted. Zhao looked down at her notes. The concern is whether this involvement creates a conflict of interest with Tianyu Media. Please define the conflict. The room quieted. Liu Wei finally spoke. Lin Chen, don't be defensive. I'm not. Lin Chen turned toward him. I am asking for the accusation to be specific, so I can respond accurately. The sentence was polite, reasonable. Impossible to attack without looking unreasonable. Compliance Huang cleared his throat. The report suggests you may have used company time, company information, or company relationships to assist CloudLink. Then I'll address each separately. Lin Chen opened his folder. Company time. He placed one document on the table. My attendance, work submission records, and project completion timestamps for the relevant period. Another document. Company information. CloudLink operates in enterprise software for inventory and logistics management. Tianyu Media operates in advertising and marketing services. CloudLink is not a Tianyu Media client, vendor, competitor, or partner. Another document. Company relationships. My investment was introduced through independent contact with Chen Hao and later reviewed by external legal counsel. No Tianyu Media client list, contact database, supplier relationship, or internal resource was used. He placed Xu Qing's legal engagement letter and the equity registration file on the table. These records can be verified. The three people across from him fell silent. Outside the glass wall, several employees passed by pretending not to look inside. Liu Wei's expression remained smooth, but his fingers tightened slightly around his pen. Our manager Zhou reviewed the documents carefully. You prepared thoroughly, Lin Chen replied. I take company policy seriously. That sentence sounded harmless, but Liu Wei understood the edge hidden beneath it. If records mattered, then records could cut both ways. The meeting continued for nearly 40 minutes. Every question became more specific. Every specific question met an exact answer. Did Lin Chen use Tianyu Media email? No. Did he conduct CloudLink meetings during company hours? No. Did he receive payment from CloudLink as a contractor? No. Did CloudLink purchase services from Tianyu Media? No. Did any Tianyu Media client transfer to CloudLink? No. Did his work performance decline? The HR manager checked the output records and went quiet. His numbers had actually improved. Finally, Compliance Huang closed the folder. At this stage, we do not have evidence of policy violation. Liu Wei immediately spoke. Perhaps not yet. Lin Chen looked at him. Liu Wei's tone remained regretful. But there remains the issue of perception. Perception, yes. Liu Wei leaned forward. Lin Chen is a junior employee. If others believe he is using Tianyu Media's platform to develop personal business interests, it damages department discipline. The words were clever. When facts failed, perception entered. Facts required proof. Perception required only fear. Our manager Zhou looked uncertain. Lin Chen's expression did not change. Manager Liu, yes? You mentioned department discipline. Correct. Then may I ask whether the internal report was submitted through official channels? Liu Wei paused. Zhou looked at the compliance representative. Huang frowned slightly. It came through the anonymous internal forum first. Lin Chen nodded. So the current investigation was triggered by an anonymous post. That is correct. Does HAR normally open formal meetings based solely on anonymous forum posts? Zhou's expression stiffened, depending on seriousness. I understand. Lin Chen took out another printed page. Then I would like to submit a formal complaint. He placed it on the table. Liu Wei's smile finally disappeared. Zhao looked down. The complaint was concise. Anonymous online accusation. Potential reputational damage. Request to investigate original poster. Request to preserve internal forum access logs. Request to determine whether company resources were used to spread unverified allegations. Request to verify whether any manager encouraged circulation of the post. The room became colder. Compliance Huang picked up the document. This is quite detailed. Lin Chen looked at him. Reputation matters to the company. Mine included. For the first time, HR manager Zhou looked at him differently. Not as a junior employee being investigated, but as someone who understood procedure well enough to use it. Liu Wei spoke slowly. Lin Chen, are you implying someone targeted you? No. Lin Chen answered calmly. I'm requesting verification. The same words. The same professionalism, a mirror held directly against Liu Wei's face. If Liu Wei opposed verification, he looked guilty. If he accepted verification, the investigation turned around. That was the first real face slap. Not loud, not public, but precise. By lunchtime, the office atmosphere had changed again. The HR meeting had not ended with punishment. It had ended with another investigation. Rumors fed on uncertainty, but uncertainty had now turned in both directions. When Lin Chen returned to his desk, Wang Hao nearly jumped up. How was it? Fine. Fine means what? It means I'm still employed. Wang Hao stared at him. Brother, can you not be this calm? Lin Chen opened his laptop. I also filed a complaint. Wang Hao froze. Then, slowly smiled. Against who? Against the rumor. That's the most polite way I've ever heard someone say counterattack. Lin Chen smiled faintly but did not answer. At that moment, his phone vibrated. CloudLink group chat. Chen Hao had sent a photo of the Bright River pilot team arriving at their office. The first stage had officially begun. Behind him, an employee had drawn another line on the whiteboard. Pilot Day 1. No fear. No fear. Lin Chen looked at the image for several seconds. A reputation attack at Tianyu Media. A corporate pilot at CloudLink. Golden Peak moving quietly. Everything was happening at once, but unlike before, he no longer felt pulled apart. A business empire was not built during peaceful days. It was built by learning which fires to extinguish first. That evening, Lin Chen left Tianyu Media later than usual. The sky outside had turned violet blue, and office lights shimmered across the glass buildings of Jiang City's business district. As he stepped out of the lobby, a black car parked across the street flashed its headlights once. The rear window lowered halfway. Inside sat Suwan. She wore a cream blouse and dark blazer, her long black hair resting over one shoulder. She looked composed, but her eyes softened when she saw him. Need a ride? Lin Chen walked over. You were nearby? I had a meeting. Her answer came too smoothly. Lin Chen looked at her. She looked back calmly. After several seconds, he smiled. Thank you. Inside the car, the city noise softened. For a while, neither spoke. Then Suwan handed him a folder. I asked around. Lin Chen opened it. Inside were public records related to Bright River Logistics and Golden Peak's past investments. Nothing illegal, nothing secret. But the pattern was clear. Golden Peak often entered after a company, secured a major customer. Then came operational support, financing pressure, board seats, and eventual control. Not every company suffered. Some became successful. But founders rarely remained fully independent. Lin Chen looked through the records. You didn't have to do this. I know. Then why? Suwan looked out the window. Because some people disguise cages as ladders. The sentence lingered in the car. Lin Chen closed the folder. You're very familiar with this world. She smiled faintly. More than I want to be. He did not press further. Some histories should not be dragged into the light before the person carrying them was ready. But the trust between them deepened again. Not through confession. Through action. When the car stopped near Lin Chen's apartment, Suwan did not immediately drive away. Lin Chen. He turned back. Yes, be careful with Liang Zhiwan. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were serious. He doesn't destroy people because he's angry. He waits until they need him. Lin Chen nodded. I'll remember. Su-Wan looked at him for a moment, then smiled slightly. Good. Also, what? You still owe me dinner. The heaviness in the car softened. Lin Chen smiled. I thought this ride counted as help. It does. So now I owe more. Exactly. For the first time that day, Lin Chen laughed, not loudly, but genuinely. Su-Wan's smile widened just a little. Then the car drove away into the night. At home, Lin Chen spread Su-Wan's folder beside Su Qing's legal notes and Zhao Ming's banking advice. 3 people. 3 perspectives. Law, finance, banking. He had not built a company yet, but he had begun building something even more important. A circle. People who saw different parts of the battlefield. People who warned him before danger became fatal. The blue system interface appeared silently above the desk. Reputation defense progress updated. Professional network synergy detected. Legal support. Financial insight. Banking awareness. Founder trust. Preliminary business defense structure forming. No reward appeared. Instead, a locked section pulsed once. The same pale blue as before, awaiting final trigger. Lin Chen looked at it quietly. The system was still waiting for something. Not money. Not investment. Something else. Before he could think deeper, his phone rang. Unknown number, he answered. A man's voice came through the line. Calm, polished, unfamiliar. Mr. Lin Chen? Speaking. My name is Shen Yao. I'm calling on behalf of Tianyu Media's board office. Lin Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. The board office. Not Li Yue. A higher level. The voice continued. We would like to invite you to a private meeting tomorrow morning. For what reason? A brief pause. Then Shen Yao replied, to discuss your future. Outside the window, the city lights burned deep into the night. Lin Chen looked at the documents spread across his desk. Golden Peak, Bright River, Tianyu Media, CloudLink, his professional network. The system's locked pulse. All separate threads were beginning to tighten into one knot, he answered calmly. I'll be there. After ending the call, the blue interface appeared again. New variable detected. Internal corporate power shift. Evaluation pending. Lin Chen slowly closed his notebook. The workplace battlefield had not ended with HR. It had merely opened a higher door. The invitation from Tianyu Media's board office arrived without a subject line. Only a room number, 26th floor, 9:30. No explanation. No agenda. No names except one. Shen Yao. By the time Lin Chen stepped out of the elevator, the atmosphere already told him this meeting had nothing to do with ordinary HR procedure. The 26th floor was quieter than the rest of Tianyu Media. No crowded workstations. No ringing department phones. No interns rushing between printers. Only polished floors, glass partitions, framed awards, and the faint scent of fresh coffee drifting from somewhere unseen. This was where decisions were made after everyone else finished arguing. A woman in a gray suit waited near reception. Mr. Lin Chen? Yes, Director Shen is waiting. She led him down a corridor lined with photographs of Tianyu Media's largest campaigns. Some of those campaigns had been handled by teams that junior employees never met. Some had been presented under managers who never touched a slide. Lin Chen passed them quietly. In the past, those walls would have made him feel small. Now they only made him think about ownership. Who created value? Who captured it? Who disappeared from the photograph? The meeting room door opened. Inside sat a man in his late 30s wearing a dark navy suit. His appearance was not aggressive. His hair was neatly combed, his posture relaxed, and his eyes carried the calm precision of someone who rarely needed to raise his voice. Shen Yao stood. Mr. Lin, Director Shen. They shook hands. They shook hands. The grip was neither warm nor cold, professional. Measured. The assistant poured tea, then left. When the door closed, Shen Yao did not immediately speak. He placed a thin folder on the table and pushed it toward Lin Chen. Your recent HR matter reached the board office. Lin Chen looked at the folder but did not open it. I'm surprised it escalated that high. Technically, I'm surprised it escalated that high. It didn't. Shen Yao smiled faintly. I noticed it before it needed to. That answer was more honest than politeness. Lin Chen opened the folder. Inside were copies of the anonymous internal forum post, HR's inquiry request, his submitted evidence, and the formal complaint he had filed. Everything was arranged chronologically. Shen Yao had not called him here to ask what happened. He already knew. I reviewed the documents, Shen Yao said. There is no current evidence that you violated company policy. Then why am I here? Because the absence of violation is not the same as the absence of conflict. Lin Chen looked up. Shen Yao continued calmly. You are an employee of Tianyu Media. You are also now connected to CloudLink Technology, an emerging enterprise software company with growing commercial attention. That creates an image problem. Lin Chen did not immediately answer. Instead, he looked at the tea slowly cooling beside the folder. Once, he would have tried to explain himself. Now, he knew explanation was meaningless unless he first understood the other person's purpose. What does the board office want? Shen Yao's expression revealed a trace of approval. Direct. I prefer efficient. Good. Shen Yao leaned back slightly. There are two possible paths. First, you formally disclose all outside business activity, continue working at Tianyu Media, and avoid any client overlap. Second, you transition out cleanly. The room became very quiet. The words were polite, but their meaning was clear. Stay under supervision, or leave. Lin Chen's face remained calm. Is this a dismissal? No. Is it pressure? Yes. Shen Yao answered without hesitation. That honesty surprised Lin Chen. Most people disguise pressure as concern. Shen Yao did not bother. Why? Lin Chen asked. Because you're becoming visible. Shen Yao tapped the folder lightly. Tianyu Media can tolerate ordinary employees having side projects. It cannot ignore an employee who is suddenly tied to external capital, startup negotiations, and potential corporate disputes, especially when internal managers are already using that visibility to create political noise. Li Wei, neither man said the name. Neither needed to. Shen Yao continued, to be blunt, you are becoming too complicated for a junior position. For a moment, Lin Chen felt something settle inside him. Not anger, not sadness, recognition. A shoe that had become too small did not need to be hated. It simply needed to be outgrown. He looked toward the window. From the 26th floor, Jiang City spread outward in layers of glass, steel, traffic, and sunlight. The city looked larger from here. So did the distance he still had to climb. What would a clean transition look like? Shen Yao placed a second document on the table. 1 month's notice. No disciplinary record. All completed work credited properly. Non-compete clarification. Limited to actual Tianyu Media clients. Recommendation letter based on performance. Lin Chen looked at the document carefully. It was surprisingly fair. Too fair to be coincidence. Why offer this? Shen Yao smiled faintly. Because I dislike waste. Lin Chen waited. Shen Yao continued. Liu Wei sees you as a threat. HR sees you as a risk. Some executives see you as trouble. I see someone Tianyu Media failed to use properly. The words were calm, but they landed heavily. For years, Lin Chen had sat beneath managers who measured obedience more easily than ability. He had learned restraint. He had learned patience. He had learned to survive. But survival was no longer enough. What do you want from me in return? Shen Yao's smile deepened. Nothing today. That usually means something later. Correct. For the first time, the atmosphere in the room shifted from procedure to negotiation. Shen Yao did not hide it. If you build something useful, Tianyu Media may become a partner one day. Advertising, branding, Enterprise communications, growth campaigns, market entry. CloudLink will need those eventually. Lin Chen understood. Shen Yao wasn't helping him out of kindness. He was preserving a future bridge, but that was not necessarily bad. The business world did not run on pure goodwill. It ran on aligned interests. The difference between a partner and a predator was whether the price was visible. Then, I'll remember this conversation. Shen Yao nodded. Good, he stood. One more thing. Lin Chen looked at him. The anonymous post came from inside your department. Shen Yao's expression remained composed. We cannot formally prove who ordered it, yet, but the account used was created on a company device. Lin Chen's gaze sharpened. Whose? Shen Yao pushed one final page across the table. Not Liu Wei's. Lin Chen looked down. The device belonged to a junior employee under Liu Wei's team. Someone with no reason to target him personally. Someone likely used as a tool. Shen Yao said quietly, Be careful who you expose. Sometimes cutting the hand only warns the brain. Lin Chen folded the page and placed it back inside the folder. I understand. When Lin Chen returned to the marketing department, the office felt smaller than before. Not because the desks had changed, because he had. Wang Hao immediately rolled over. How was it? Lin Chen placed his bag down. Complicated. Good complicated or bad complicated? Both. Wang Hao stared at him. You really need to stop answering like a fortune cookie. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Then looked across the office. Liu Wei was standing near the pantry, speaking to two employees. He looked relaxed, confident. When he noticed Lin Chen, he raised his cup slightly in greeting, as though nothing had happened. Lin Chen returned a polite nod. No anger, no exposure, no confrontation. Not yet. Shen Yao was right. Cutting the wrong hand would only alert the brain. That afternoon, Lin Chen finished every pending work item ahead of schedule. Campaign report, client revision, media budget analysis, internal documentation. He sent them one by one with timestamps, clear records, and proper recipients. Wang Hao watched him from the next desk. Brother Chen, what? Are you preparing to leave? Lin Chen's fingers paused on the keyboard. Wang Hao's voice became quieter. You've been too calm since coming back. Lin Chen leaned back slightly. For a long time, he did not answer. Finally, he said, I haven't decided. Wang Hao stared at him. You have. Lin Chen turned. Wang Hao's eyes were unusually serious. You just haven't admitted it out loud. The department noise continued around them. Phones, keyboards, printers, conversations. The familiar rhythm of a workplace where Lin Chen had spent years trying to prove himself to people who had never planned to see him clearly. He looked at Wang Hao. If I leave, what about you? Wang Hao froze. Me? You've helped me more than once. You bought breakfast when I couldn't afford it. You covered for me when Liu Wei dumped extra work. You warned me yesterday. Wang Hao scratched his head awkwardly. That's correct. Normal friendship? No. Lin Chen said quietly. It's not normal. That sentence made Wang Hao fall silent. Some kindness was ordinary only because good people refused to count it. Lin Chen continued, If one day I build something stable, I'll need people I can trust. Wang Hao looked at him. The joking expression slowly faded. Are you offering me a job? Not today. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Today, I'm making a promise. Wang Hao looked down at his desk. For once, he had no joke ready. After a while, he whispered, Then build it properly. I will. Because if I follow you and we starve, I'll complain every day. Lin Chen laughed softly. I'd expect nothing less. By evening, CloudLink's Bright River pilot officially began. Chen Hao sent a video call from the first warehouse site. The screen shook slightly as he walked through rows of shelves. Delivery crates and inventory terminals. Data access is messier than promised. Lin Chen wasn't surprised. How bad? Not impossible. Chen Hao turned the phone toward a laptop where one of CloudLink's engineers was mapping product categories. Their naming system is chaotic. Can you finish initial mapping today? Not with the current staff. Then don't force it. Chen Hao hesitated. We'll lose time. If you rush bad data into the system, you'll lose more. Chen Hao exhaled. Understood. Lin Chen thought for a moment. Document every data issue. Get Bright River's confirmation. If delay happens because their data is incomplete, it should not count against CloudLink. From the side of the video, a CloudLink employee gave him a silent thumbs up. Chen Hao nodded. I'll handle it. The call ended. Business was no longer theory. It was warehouse dust, messy data, tired engineers, contract clauses, and execution pressure. Exactly the kind of battlefield where paper victories became real or meaningless. At 9 that night, Lin Chen met Shu Qing at a small noodle shop near her office. It was her suggestion. Not a formal restaurant, not a client meeting room. A narrow shop with stainless steel tables, handwritten menus on the wall, and the aroma of beef broth filling the air. Shu Qing arrived carrying her briefcase. She sat down, ordered without looking at the menu, then placed a document in front of him. This is a basic holding company structure. Lin Chen looked surprised. You prepared it already? You were going to ask eventually. That obvious? You have personal investments. Growing cashback-derived capital, startup equity, possible resignation, potential banking relationships, and increasing legal exposure. She picked up her chopsticks. So yes, Lin Chen opened the document. Simple, clear, a proposed holding company. Separate bank account, clean ownership, formal investment records, expense tracking, legal separation from personal funds. It wasn't glamorous. It wouldn't make headlines. But it was the foundation beneath everything. How much would setup cost? Shu Qing gave a number. It wasn't small, but it was reasonable. Lin Chen looked at the page for a long moment. This was not an investment into another person. It was an investment into structure, into safety, into the future ability to grow without chaos. I'll do it. Shu Qing paused. You decided quickly. I've already learned what happens when structure comes too late. She nodded. Good. The blue interface appeared faintly beside the steam rising from the noodle bowl. Business infrastructure investment detected. Classification. Foundation layer. Reward eligibility. Pending completion. Lin Chen's expression did not change. He had already expected the system to approve. But even if it hadn't, he still would have done it. That mattered. Late that night, Lin Chen returned home carrying the holding company proposal, Shen Yao's transition document, Su Wan's research folder, and CloudLink's pilot report. 4 documents, 4 battlefields: employment, reputation, business structure, enterprise execution. He spread them across his desk. For the first time, his small apartment looked less like a place where a poor man survived. It looked like the temporary command center of someone preparing to leave survival behind. Outside, rain began to fall. Soft at first, then steadier. The same sound that had followed the night Shang Min left him. The same city. A different Lin Chen. The same city. His phone vibrated. A message from Shen Yao. Take your time deciding. No need to answer immediately. Lin Chen looked at the message, then opened a blank document. Resignation plan. He did not type the resignation letter yet. Instead, he wrote 3 sections. Financial readiness, business readiness. Under each, he listed what had to be true before he left Tianyu Media. No impulse, no pride, no dramatic exit. If he walked away, he would do it with clean hands, clean records, and enough foundation to stand. The system interface appeared one final time. New path forming. Employee identity destabilizing. Independent operator identity emerging. Final trigger approaching. Lin Chen looked at those words quietly. then at the rain beyond the window. For years he had believed the hardest part of changing his life would be getting money. Now he understood. The hardest part was knowing when the old life had ended, and when it was time to step fully into the new one. At midnight he closed the laptop. The resignation letter remained unwritten, but the decision behind it had already begun to take shape. The holding company was registered on a rainy Thursday morning. No celebration, no ribbon cutting, no champagne. Only a stamped document, a corporate bank account application, and yet Wei Jiuqing's calm voice explaining each clause as though she were laying bricks beneath a future skyscraper. From today onward, personal money and business capital must never be mixed casually. Lin Chen sat across from her in Xinghe Legal Services conference room, listening carefully. Outside the window, rainwater traced slow lines down the glass. Inside, the table was covered with documents, articles of association, corporate seal application, bank authorization forms, shareholder structure, investment authorization procedures, expense approval rules. It looked boring. It felt historic. Gao Qing slid one page toward him. Company name. Lin Chen looked down. Qingyun Capital Management. The name had been chosen the night before. Not too flashy, not too weak. Clouds rising, a path upward. Too ambitious. Xu Qing asked. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Not yet. Good answer. She tapped another page. For now, this company will hold your investments. CloudLink equity. Future startup stakes. Business-related expenses. Professional advisor fees. Later, if needed, we can build a more complex holding structure. Lin Chen nodded. He didn't pretend to understand everything immediately. He asked questions. Tax treatment, compliance, equity transfer, bank reporting, director liability, expense documentation. Xu Qing answered each patiently. There was no trace of impatience in her expression. Only slight approval. Most new investors asked how to pay less. Lin Chen asked how to avoid future mistakes. That difference mattered. When the final signature was completed, Xu Qing capped her pen. Congratulations, you now have a structure. Lin Chen looked at the stamped document. Not an empire. No. Xu Qing's lips curved slightly. But empires without structure collapse faster. The blue interface appeared quietly at the edge of Lin Chen's vision. Business infrastructure investment completed. Foundation layer established. Personal business separation confirmed. Risk management progress increased. Reward eligibility confirmed. Settlement pending. Lin Chen's expression did not change. He had expected the system to acknowledge it. But the reward was no longer why he did things. The structure itself was the reward. The first account opening meeting at Yonghe Commercial Bank began at 11. Zhao Ming welcomed Lin Chen with more seriousness than before. Not flattering, not overeager, professional. He had clearly understood that Lin Chen was no longer merely a lucky young man with sudden capital movement. He was becoming a client worth building alongside. Qingyun Capital Management. Zhao Ming read the documents carefully. Clean structure. Xu Qing handled the setup. Yes, good. Why good? Because messy structures create messy banking. Relationships. Zhao Ming looked up. And messy banking relationships become problems exactly when you need money most. Lin Chen wrote that sentence down. Zhao Ming noticed. Do you record everything? Only useful things. Then record this too. Zhao Ming placed another document on the table. Going forward, your capital movements should follow clear categories. Personal expenses. Investment capital, operating expenses, professional fees, emergency liquidity, follow-on reserve. Lin Chen read the list. Follow-on reserve? If CloudLink performs well, they may need more money before external fundraising, Zhao Ming said. If you don't prepare, you'll either miss the chance to protect your ownership or be forced to accept worse terms from someone else. Golden Peak's shadow quietly passed through Lin Chen's thoughts. He underlined the phrase, follow-on reserve. Follow-on reserve. Money was not only used to enter opportunities. Sometimes it defended them. At 2 in the afternoon, Chen Hao called from Bright River's warehouse. His face appeared on the video call with visible exhaustion. Behind him, CloudLink engineers were surrounded by laptops, barcode scanners, inventory shelves, and Bright River staff arguing over category codes. "Brother Lin, we found the problem." Lin Chen sat inside a quiet corner of the bank lounge. "Tell me, their data is worse than expected." "How much worse?" "3 separate naming systems. Duplicate item codes. Some supplier records are outdated. Warehouse staff use unofficial abbreviations that don't exist in the procurement system." Chen Hao gave a tired laugh. "It's not deployment, it's archaeology." Lin Chen didn't laugh. "Did you document everything?" "Yes." "Did Bright River sign off on data condition records?" "Not yet." "Do it before any additional work." Chen Hao hesitated. "Their operations manager keeps saying we should start first and clean later." "Don't." Lin Chen's voice remained calm but firm. "Bad data entering the system means CloudLink takes responsibility for their mess." Chen Hao was silent for a moment, then nodded. "I understand." Before ending the call, he turned the phone. One young CloudLink engineer had fallen asleep, sitting upright against a storage rack, still holding a laptop. Lin Chen's gaze softened. "How many people are on site?" 3. "Not enough." "I know. Bring them back after today." Chen Hao frowned. "But the pilot will fail if the team breaks before the system does." Chen Hao stared at him, then slowly nodded. "Understood." After the call ended, Lin Chen sent a message to Xu Qing. "Need simple fieldwork sign-off template for data condition and customer cause delay." Her reply came within 5 minutes. "I'll draft it." Another message followed. "Billable." Lin Chen smiled. "Expected." That. Small exchange eased the tension in his chest. A real business was not built by heroic effort alone. It was built by forms, records, sleep, contracts, and people who understood where disasters hid. By late afternoon, Tianyu Media's board office sent another message. Shen Yao requested an update on Lin Chen's career direction. The wording was gentle. The pressure beneath it remained. Lin Chen did not answer immediately. He still had deliverables. He still had 1 month of possible transition. He still had responsibilities. Resignation was not escape. It was a controlled departure from one identity to another. He opened the resignation plan again. Financial readiness, nearly complete. Business readiness, not yet. Emotional readiness, uncertain. Under business readiness, he added 3 items. Qingyun Capital bank account active. CloudLink pilot stabilized. Tianyu Media transition clean. Only after all 3 were complete would he submit the letter. He saved the document, then returned to his company work. For the next 3 hours, Lin Chen finished campaign analysis reports with the same precision as before. No one could say his performance declined because his future grew larger. That mattered. Leaving clean meant working clean until the end. At 6:30, Liu Wei appeared beside his desk. "Still working?" Lin Chen looked up. "Almost done." Liu Wei glanced at the screen. "You're quite dedicated. I've finished what I'm responsible for." "That's a good habit." Liu Wei smiled. "Useful in every industry." Lin Chen saved the file and closed one spreadsheet. "Did you need something?" "Just checking on the team." The answer was too smooth. After the HR complaint, Liu Wei had become more careful. Less direct, less arrogant in public. But careful enemies were more dangerous than reckless ones. Liu Wei lowered his voice slightly. "I heard the board office spoke with you." Lin Chen looked at him. News travels fast. In companies, it always does. Liu Wei placed one hand on the back of a nearby chair. Lin Chen. Sometimes accepting help from the right senior saves years of struggle. The sentence sounded familiar. Too familiar. Golden Peak. Liang Jiewan. Hidden prices disguised as help. Lin Chen's expression remained calm. Thank you for the advice. Li Wei smiled. Think about it. After he walked away, Wang Hao rolled over slowly from the next desk. Did that sound creepy to you? Yes. Good. Wang Hao nodded. Then I'm not overthinking. Lin Chen looked toward Li Wei's office. Different battlefield. Same method. Create dependence. Offer protection. Make refusal seem foolish. Jiang City's business logic had already seeped into Tianyu Media's office politics. Or maybe office politics had always been the same thing on a smaller scale. Night fell over Jiang City. Bright River's warehouse lights remained on. CloudLink's office remained half-occupied. Tianyu Media's windows gradually darkened. Inside Lin Chen's apartment, 4 open documents glowed on his laptop. Qingyun Capital Setup Checklist. CloudLink Pilot Risk Register. Tianyu Media Resignation Plan. Golden Peak Influence Map. The map was new. He had begun it after Suwan's warning. Golden Peak Ventures. Liang Shuan. Bright River Introduction. CloudLink Funding Offer. Founder Loyalty Test. Possible connection to internal rumor. No proof. Only pattern. Lin Chen did not treat pattern as fact, but he respected it enough to watch. At 11, Suwan called. Not texted. Call. Lin Chen answered. Still working? Is that a question? Or accusation? A little of both, he smiled faintly. I'm reviewing risks. That sounds like you. You make it sound boring. Being boring saves companies. The line went quiet for a moment. Then Suwan said, I heard you registered a holding company. Lin Chen's eyebrows lifted. Your information network is fast. Financial people hear things. Should I be worried? Not about me. Her answer came calmly. That trust was subtle, but it was there. She continued. Setting up structure early is smart. Xu Qing. Yes. Good choice. You know her. By reputation. Suwan paused. She doesn't flatter clients. That's accurate. Then listen to her. Lin Chen leaned back. I do. Another silence. Comfortable this time. Then Suwan said also, don't resign too late. His eyes sharpened slightly. Why? Because companies rarely value people more after they decide those people are leaving. The words were not emotional. They were experience. Lin Chen looked toward the resignation plan. I haven't decided yet. You have. He paused. Wang Hao had said the same thing. You're all very confident. Because you already started building the bridge. Suwan's voice softened slightly. You're only debating when to cross. Lin Chen did not answer immediately. Outside the window, rain tapped softly against the glass. Finally, he said, when I cross, I want no one behind me harmed. Then prepare carefully. I am. I know. She paused. And Lin Chen, yes. Being careful doesn't mean standing still forever. The call ended several minutes later. But her final sentence remained. At midnight, the system interface appeared. Business infrastructure settlement complete. Foundation layer reward issued. Cashback amount, RMB 1,280,000. Additional reward, professional network detection enhanced. Business defense structure progress increased. Qingyun Capital recognized as host's first formal business vehicle. The numbers were impressive. But Lin Chen focused on the final sentence. First formal business vehicle. Not investment. Vehicle. Not investment. Vehicle. The system had recognized Qingyun Capital not as a transaction but as a vessel. A structure through which future decisions would flow. Then another panel appeared. Identity. Transition progress. Employee. 61%. Independent operator. 39% final trigger not yet met. Lin Chen stared at the percentage. For the first time, the system quantified something beyond money, trust, or business progress. Identity. He slowly exhaled. So even the system understood. This wasn't only about resigning. It was about becoming someone who could no longer hide inside another company's structure. Before the interface disappeared, one final line appeared. Warning: unresolved workplace conflict may affect transition quality. Lin Chen's gaze turned colder. Liu Wei, anonymous rumor, junior employee device, possible higher influence. He had hoped to leave quietly. But perhaps leaving quietly and leaving cleanly were not the same thing. At that moment, his phone vibrated. A message from Wang Hao. Brother Chen, something weird happened. Someone from Liu Wei's side asked me if I knew where you kept your CloudLink files. Lin Chen's expression became still. The rain outside grew heavier. A few seconds later, another message arrived. I lied and said I didn't know anything. Then a third. But I think they're trying to find something before you leave. Lin Chen looked at the glowing screen. For the first time that night, he closed every document except one: evidence. If someone wanted to search for a weakness, he would prepare a mirror instead. The new battlefield had finally revealed its next move. The trap began with a USB drive. At 8:42 in the morning, Wang Hao placed it on Lin Chen's desk as though he were placing a small bomb. Black plastic. No label, no brand mark. Only a faint scratch across one corner. Lin Chen looked at it for a moment, then looked up. Where did this come from? Wang Hao's face was unusually serious. Pantry. Someone left it there? Not exactly. He lowered his voice. I saw Zhang Kai from Liu Wei's team standing near your desk before work. When I walked over, he pretended to look for printer paper. After he left, this was under your keyboard. Lin Chen did not touch it. The office around them continued as usual. Phones rang, keyboards clicked. People greeted each other with tired smiles. Everything looked ordinary. Only the USB drive sitting between them carried the weight of something deliberate. Wang Hao swallowed. Brother Chen, I didn't plug it in. Good. What do we do? Lin Chen looked toward Liu Wei's office. The blinds were closed. That was new. First, we don't panic. Wang Hao gave a dry laugh. Your emotional range is really unfair. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Then he took out his phone and photographed the USB drive from 3 angles without moving it. Desk position. Keyboard position. Surroundings. Time visible on computer screen. After that, he opened a document and wrote a simple note. Unidentified USB drive discovered at workstation. Witness, Wang Hao. Time, 8:42. Not inserted into any device. Then he sent a message to Shu Qing. Possible planted USB at workstation. Need preservation steps. Her reply arrived within 1 minute. Do not touch with bare hands. Photograph. Find witness. Report to HR and its security before anyone accuses you. Do not hand it to department manager. Lin Chen, read the last sentence twice. Do not hand it to department manager. Shu Qing understood the battlefield too well. He turned to Wang Hao. Come with me. Where? Wang Hao looked at the USB drive. What about that? Lin Chen took a clean envelope from his drawer, used a folded tissue to lift the USB carefully, placed it inside, sealed it, and wrote the time across the flap. Then he stood. Now it becomes evidence. HR manager Zhou's expression turned cold the moment Lin Chen placed the sealed envelope on her desk. Not angry, careful. After the previous complaint, she clearly understood that this matter could no longer be handled as casual department conflict. You found this under your keyboard? Yes. Did you connect it to your computer? No. Witness? Wang Hao? Wang Hao! Wang Hao immediately raised his hand. Awkwardly, I saw someone near Brother Chen's desk before work. Zhou looked at him. Who? Wang Hao hesitated. For a second the entire room seemed to wait. Then he said, Zhang Kai. The name landed quietly. Not Liu Wei, but close enough. Our manager Zhou wrote it down. Lin Chen added, I requested security check access logs and workstation camera coverage if available. Zhu looked at him. You are making a formal report? Yes? Related to your previous complaint? Possibly. He did not exaggerate. He did not accuse without proof. But he also did not retreat. Zhao pressed the internal line. Ask its security manager Han to come here. Within 10 minutes, the situation had moved beyond Luai's reach. That alone was the first victory. Its security manager Han was a thin man in his 40s, with tired eyes and a permanently skeptical expression. He entered, listened silently, then looked at the sealed envelope. Unidentified device. Potential malware. Potential data planting. Potential policy violation. His tone was flat, as if listing weather conditions. Then he looked at Lin Chen. You didn't plug it in? No. Good. He turned toward HR manager Zhou. This needs to be logged formally. Can you inspect it? Only on an isolated machine. Do it. Manager Han picked up the envelope with gloves. Before leaving, he looked at Wang Hao. You saw Zhang Kai near the desk? Yes. Time? Around 8:35. Anyone else? Wang Hao thought carefully. 2 people from finance passed by. Cleaning auntie was near the pantry. Nobody else close to the key. Desk. Manager Han nodded. Good memory. Wang Hao looked slightly proud. Lin Chen almost smiled. Sometimes loyalty looked like courage. Sometimes it looked like remembering details when it mattered. By noon, the office knew something had happened. Not because HR announced it, because Zhang Kai was called upstairs. Then Liu Wei. Then 2 department computers were temporarily sealed. The atmosphere inside Tianyu Media turned tense and strange. People whispered, then stopped when Lin Chen passed. Wang Hao returned from lunch carrying 2 boxed meals. I bought yours. You keep buying me food, because I like investing early. Lin Chen looked at him. Wang Hao grinned. When you become big boss, remember my dividends. Lin Chen accepted the meal. I'll remember. Wang Hao sat down beside him and lowered his voice. Do you think Li Wei did it? Lin Chen opened the lid slowly. I think someone wants me to make a mistake. That's not Anne. Answer. It's the only answer that matters before proof. Wang Hao sighed. You and Xu Qing really are becoming more alike. She'd probably take that as an insult. No, she'd bill you for it. For the first time that day, Lin Chen laughed softly. The sound was quiet, but it loosened something in the air around them. At 2:15, Manager Han called Lin Chen, Wang Hao, HR Manager Zhou, and Compliance Huang into a conference room. Liu Wei was already there. So was Zhang Kai. Zhang Kai's face was pale. Liu Wei's expression remained controlled, but his usual easy confidence had thinned. Manager Han connected a laptop to the display. The USB drive was examined in an isolated environment. No one spoke. It contained 3 folders. He displayed the structure. Cloud link documents, Tianyu client lists, personal transfer records. Several people turned toward Lin Chen. The file names alone were enough to look damning. Then Manager Han clicked into the metadata analysis. All folders were created yesterday at 23:48. He looked up. Not by Lin Chen's work computer. Liu Wei's jaw tightened almost imperceptibly. Manager Han continued. The files inside are mostly empty templates or fabricated documents. He opened one. The so-called TNU client list contains outdated public company names copied from marketing brochures. Another. The personal transfer records are screenshots, edited from unrelated bank templates. Another. The cloud link documents contain public information from their website and startup article. He closed the folders. In short, the device appears designed to make someone look guilty at a glance. The room fell silent. Wang Hao's eyes widened. He looked like he wanted to curse, but remembered they were in a meeting. HR Manager Zhou's face darkened. Compliance Huang looked toward Zhang Kai. Explain why you were near Lin Chen's desk this morning. Zhang Kai's lips trembled. Liu Wei spoke first. Zhang Kai may have been delivering department documents. Manager Han turned to him. Then why? Did he not say that when first asked? Liu Wei's expression stiffened. Zhang Kai lowered his head. I was told to put it there. The room froze. HR Manager Zhou's voice sharpened. By whom? Zhang Kai's face turned whiter. His eyes moved instinctively toward Liu Wei, only for half a second, but everyone saw it. Liu Wei immediately said, Zhang Kai, think carefully before you speak. That sentence was meant as a warning. But in this room, with it, HR and compliance present, it sounded like intimidation. Manager Han closed the laptop slowly. HR should record that. HR Manager Zhou nodded. Already noted. Liu Wei's face finally changed. For the first time since Lin Chen had known him, the polished surface cracked. Not completely, but enough. The investigation did not end that afternoon. Tianyu Media was still a company. Companies moved slowly when accountability climbed upward. But the direction had changed. Zhang Kai was suspended pending inquiry. Liu Wei was asked to hand over communication records related to the matter. HR requested it preserve device logs, internal forum access history, and department network records. The anonymous rumor was no longer merely a post. It was now connected to a physical attempt to fabricate evidence. When Lin Chen stepped out of the conference room, several employees looked at him differently. The suspicion in their eyes had been replaced by discomfort. Some were embarrassed, some curious, some afraid. People who had quietly enjoyed watching a rumor grow now realized it could have destroyed someone innocent. Wang Hao walked beside him with his chest slightly puffed out. That felt good. Lin Chen glanced at him. You enjoyed it? A little, only a little. Fine. Wang Hao grinned. A lot. Then his expression became serious again. But Brother Chen! Liu Wei won't just stop. I know. What now? Lin Chen looked toward the closed door of Liu Wei's office. Now we let the records speak. By evening, Shen Yao called. I heard. Lin Chen stood near the window at the end of the office corridor. I'm sure you did. You handled it properly, because I reported it before reacting. Exactly. Shen Yao's tone carried faint approval. Most people defend after damage happens. You preserved evidence before the accusation appeared. Lin Chen looked down at the traffic below. Will the company act? Eventually. That means slowly. That means carefully. Shen Yao did not sugarcoat it. Liu Wei has people above him. Not powerful enough to protect him completely, but enough to slow the knife. Then I should not wait for the company to save me. No. Shen Yao paused. But you should let the company reveal who tries. That sentence carried weight. Lin Chen understood. If Liu Wei had backing, the reaction to his exposure would reveal the next layer. The hand was injured. The brain would move. At CloudLink, the Bright River pilot reached its first small victory that same night. Chen Hao sent a photo of the data dashboard finally displaying clean category mapping for the first warehouse. The message was simple. First warehouse data cleaned. Team still alive. A second message followed. Mostly. Lin Chen smiled and replied, Make them sleep. Chen Hao sent back a tired thumbs-up emoji. Then another message arrived. Bright River Operations Manager admitted their data caused the delay and signed the record. Lin Chen's smile deepened slightly. That mattered. A small record, a small protection. A small professional habit. But small habits became shields when stakes grew larger. At 10:30, Lin Chen returned home. The rain had stopped. The streets outside his apartment still shone with reflected neon. He placed the day's documents on his desk. USB report. Our meeting notes. Preliminary findings. CloudLink pilot update. Qingyuan Capital bank account approval. Everything was moving. Everything was connected. The blue interface appeared quietly. Reputation attack phase. Countered. Evidence preservation successful. Workplace threat escalation detected. Business defense structure progress increased. No immediate reward issued. Consequence evaluation ongoing. Lin Chen watched the final line carefully. Consequence evaluation. The system was no longer rewarding individual actions quickly. It was waiting to see what those actions created. Justice, reputation, business safety, professional trust, long-term impact. That was the new scale. His phone vibrated. A message from Su Wan. I heard something happened at Tianyu Media. Are you okay? Lin Chen looked at the words for several seconds, then replied, I'm fine. A moment later, her response appeared. Fine is what people say when they don't want others to worry. He smiled faintly, then I'm tired, but okay. This time, her reply took longer. Better. Then another dinner. Tomorrow, my treat. Lin Chen stared at the message. Before he could answer, another line came. Don't argue. This is not charity. This is collection of debt. For the first time in a long day, warmth entered his chest. He replied, understood. Outside, the clouds slowly parted above Jiang City. The next morning, Tianyu Media issued an internal notice. No names, no detailed explanation. Only a reminder that fabricating evidence, spreading unverified accusations, and misusing company devices would result in disciplinary action. Most employees read it in silence. Wang Hao leaned toward Lin Chen, face slapped. Lin Chen drank his coffee. No, not yet. Wang Hao blinked. Then what is this? Lin Chen looked toward Liu Wei's office. The blinds were open today. Inside, Liu Wei sat perfectly still, staring at his computer. This is only the sound before the slap lands. At that exact moment, Liu Wei's phone rang. He answered. His expression changed. Subtle at first, then completely. A few seconds later, he stood and walked quickly toward the elevators. Lin Chen watched him leave. His own phone vibrated. Unknown number. He answered. A calm, older male voice came through the line. Mr. Klein. Lin Chen. Speaking. I'm calling from Henjuan Holdings. Lin Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. The name was unfamiliar. But the tone was not. It carried the same confidence as Liang Jiwan. The same calm as people who believed the board was larger than ordinary employees could see. The voice continued, I believe we should meet. For what reason? A brief silence. Then the man said, because Liu Wei has become careless. Outside the window, morning sunlight struck the glass towers of Jiang City. Lin Chen stood motionless. The hand had moved. Now, the brain was speaking. The call from Henjuan Holdings did not ask for secrecy. That made it more dangerous. People who feared being discovered always hid. People who were confident enough to speak openly often believed discovery did not matter. Lin Chen stood beside the window at Tianyu Media, watching the morning sunlight strike the neighboring glass towers. The older man's voice remained calm on the line. We can meet today. Where? Hengyuan Tower. A pause. 32nd floor. Lin Chen looked across the business district. Among the skyline, Hengyuan Tower stood like a dark blade of mirrored glass. Taller than most surrounding buildings. Colder than all of them. It was not a startup office. Not a co-working space. Not a place where dreamers begged for investment. It was a place where people discussed ownership before others understood they had already lost it. What time? 11. I'll be there. The call ended. No name had been given. No purpose explained. Only an address and time. A summons disguised as an invitation. Lin Chen returned to his desk. Wang Hao immediately rolled closer. Who was that? Hengyuan Holdings. Wang Hao's expression stiffened. Even someone outside finance knew that name. Brother Chen. He lowered his voice. That's not Liu Wei's level anymore. I know. What do they want? To see whether I scare easily. Wang Hao stared at him for several seconds, then sighed. Can you at least pretend to be normal and worry a little? Lin Chen picked up his folder. I'm worried. You don't look worried. Looking worried doesn't help. Wang Hao opened his mouth, then closed it. After a moment, he muttered, That's annoying because it's true. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Before leaving, he sent 3 messages. 1 to Su Qing, 1 to Su Wan, 1 to Xian Yao, all with the same short line. Hengyuan Holdings contacted me. Meeting at 11. Su Qing replied first. Record timeline. Do not sign. Do not agree verbally. Su Wan replied second. Hengyuan has ties with Golden Peak. Be careful. Shen Yao replied last. Now we know who Liu Wei reached upward toward. Lin Chen read all 3 messages. Law, finance, internal corporate structure. 3 different perspectives converging on the same warning. He put away his phone, then walked out of Tianyu Media. Hengyuan Tower's lobby was built to intimidate without raising its voice. Black stone floors reflected every step. A wall of water flowed silently behind the reception desk. Security guards in tailored uniforms stood at precise intervals. The elevator required facial registration and visitor approval. Everything communicated one message. This place belonged to people who expected the world to wait for them. Lin Chen signed in calmly. The receptionist glanced at his name and made a call. Mr. Lin Chen has arrived. A few seconds later, she nodded. Please proceed to elevator 3. As the elevator rose, Jiang City dropped beneath him. 20 floors. 25. 30. 30. The doors opened into a quiet reception area filled with dark wood, soft carpet, and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the financial district. An assistant guided him into a private meeting room. Inside, an older man sat alone at the far end of a long table. Silver hair, plain black suit. No obvious luxury accessories. His face carried the calm sharpness of someone used to seeing people as pieces on a board. Mr. D. Lin. He stood slowly. Qin Zheng. They shook hands. His grip was dry and steady. Lin Chen sat opposite him. No tea was poured. No small talk offered. Qin Zheng looked directly at him. Liu Wei made a mess. Lin Chen did not answer. Qin Zheng continued. He was useful once. Recently, he became impatient. Impatient people make noise. So he works for you. No. Qin Zheng smiled faintly. People like him rarely work for anyone. They attach themselves to whoever they believe is climbing. Lin Chen understood. Liu Wei was not Hengyuan's man. He was someone trying to borrow Hengyuan's shadow. That made him both smaller and more pathetic than expected. But not harmless. Then why contact me? Qin Zheng leaned back slightly. Because your name has appeared too many times in places it should not. Cloudlink, Bright River, Golden Peak, Tianyu Media, Qingyun Capital. Each name landed with wit. Deliberate weight. Lin Chen's expression remained unchanged. Qin Zheng watched him closely. Most young people become proud when they rise quickly. You become quieter. That interests me. Interest from Hengyuan sounds expensive. For the first time, Qin Zheng laughed. Good, you understand price. He placed a document on the table, not close enough for Lin Chen to touch. Only close enough to see the cover. Strategic Cooperation Proposal. Cloudlink is still small, but its direction is useful. Small business digitization, inventory systems, logistics support, enterprise data. These things look boring. He tapped the cover lightly, but boring infrastructure makes money for decades. Lin Chen listened without interruption. Qin Zheng continued. Hengyuan can introduce customers larger than Bright River. Warehouses, regional supermarket chains, cold chain suppliers, restaurant groups, CloudLink's valuation could multiply within months. And the price? Qingyun Capital give Hengyuan priority cooperation rights on future enterprise software investments. Lin Chen's gaze finally shifted. Not CloudLink equity, not immediate control. Priority rights. A chain around the future, not the present. Qin Cheng saw his reaction and smiled slightly. You understand quickly, too quickly. Perhaps. Lin Chen looked at the document. You're not here for CloudLink. CloudLink is proof of concept. Then what do you want? Qin Zhang's eyes sharpened. I want to know whether your ability to identify value is accidental. The room became silent. Outside the window, Jiang City's skyline glittered beneath the sun. Inside, the temperature seemed to drop. Qin Zhang spoke slowly. One person helping a poor founder is kindness. One investment succeeding is luck. One young man repeatedly standing in the correct position before larger capital notices. He paused. That is pattern. Lin Chen finally understood. Golden Peak had wanted to approach the opportunity. Hengyuan wanted to approach the source. You're overestimating me. Perhaps. Qin Zhang smiled. But overestimating someone early costs less than underestimating them too late. Lin Chen looked at him for several seconds, then said calmly, I won't sign priority rights. I didn't expect you to. Then why offer them? To see whether you recognize the trap. There was no shame in Qin Zhang's voice, only evaluation. This meeting was not negotiation. It was measurement. Lin Chen stood. Then you have your answer. Qin Zhang did not stop him. But before Lin Chen reached the door, the older man spoke again. Lin Chen paused. Liu Wei is finished. Whether today or next month, people like him are discarded once they become inconvenient. Do not waste too much attention on him. Lin Chen turned slightly. Then who should I watch? Chen smiled faintly. The people who never need to dirty their own hands. The door closed behind Lin Chen. Only after he entered the elevator did the blue interface appear. New capital layer detected. Entity, Hengyuan Holdings. Threat classification. Strategic observer. Relationship status. Unclear. Evaluation. High-risk contact. No reward. No guidance. Only a quiet warning. Lin Chen watched the glowing words fade from the mirrored elevator wall. Jiang City's game board had expanded again. When Lin Chen returned to Tianya Media, the final notice had already been issued. Liu Wei was suspended pending investigation. Zhang Kai's statement had been formally recorded. The anonymous forum logs had been preserved. 2 internal devices had been sealed for review. No public accusation named Liu Wei. But everyone understood. The slap had finally landed. Not through shouting, not through revenge, through evidence. When Lin Chen stepped into the marketing department, the atmosphere shifted. People looked up. Some lowered their eyes. Some whispered. A few wore expressions that carried apology but not courage. Wang Hao rushed over with his phone. Brother Chen, you saw? Yes? Then you also saw he ran to Hengyuan and still couldn't save himself. Lin Chen paused. Wang Hao blinked. Wait, did I guess right? Lin Chen looked toward Liu Wei's empty office. The chair inside was pushed back. The coffee cup still sat on the desk. The blinds were open. For once, the room looked ordinary. Power disappeared quickly when people stopped believing in it. Something like that. Wang Hao stared. Brother, what exactly did you do this morning? Attended a meeting. With who? Someone who thinks in bigger circles. Wang Hao stared at him longer. Then whispered, I suddenly feel like I should start taking notes when you talk. You should start by finishing your own work. That's less inspiring. Lin Chen laughed softly. The tension that had followed them for days finally loosened. Not completely, but enough. HR manager Zhou called Lin Chen in at 4. This time, the meeting room felt different. No accusation, no suspicion. Only procedure cleaning up after itself. We owe you an apology. Zhou spoke carefully. The company should have handled the anonymous post more cautiously. Lin Chen did not rush to comfort her. An apology offered too late still mattered. But accepting it too easily taught people nothing. I appreciate the apology, he said. I also hope the company improves how unverified accusations are handled. Joe nodded. That recommendation will be included in the report. Compliance Huang added, your cooperation and documentation helped prevent a larger internal incident. Lin Chen looked at him. Records protect everyone. The sentence sounded simple, but both HR and compliance understood its weight. After the meeting ended, Shen Yao waited outside the room. Well handled. Lin Chen looked at him. Did Hen Juan call the company? Shen Yao smiled faintly. They called someone. Not you. No. But people who receive certain calls often become eager to clean their desks. Lin Chen understood. Liu Ai's suspension had not happened only because of evidence. Evidence gave Tanyu Media reason. Hen Yuan's distance gave them permission. That was how corporate politics worked. Truth needed leverage before it could move quickly. Shen Yao handed him a sealed envelope. What is this? Recommendation letter. Lin Chen looked down. I haven't resigned. No, Shen Yao smiled. But you're going to. For the second time in 2 days, someone had stated his future before he did. Lin Chen accepted the envelope. Thank you. Use it only if useful. I will. Shen Yao turned to leave. Then paused. One more thing. Yes? Qin Zheng doesn't meet people for no reason. Lin Chen's eyes narrowed. You know him. I know of him. Shen Yao's expression became serious. If Hen Jiwan has noticed you, Golden Peak will not remain your largest problem for long. Then he left. That evening, Lin Chen kept his dinner appointment with Su Wan. She chose the same quiet family restaurant where they had first eaten after the coffee incident. Not luxurious, not performative. Warm lights, simple tables, ordinary food. A place where debt had once been repaid with $10.20. When Lin Chen arrived, Su Wan was already seated by the window. She looked up and smiled. You arrived early again. So did you. Old habit. Same. For a moment. Both remembered the first dinner without saying it. The relationship between them had changed since then. Not into love. Not yet. But into something rare. A quiet corner of trust in a city full of transactions. After ordering, Su Wan looked at him carefully. You met Hen Yuan. Qin Zheng. Her expression changed slightly. Then you really have entered the next layer. How worried should I be? Enough to prepare. Not enough to run. She smiled faintly. You don't seem You... Like someone who runs. I walk away when needed. That's better. They ate slowly. Between dishes, Lin Chen told her part of the meeting. Not everything. Enough. Su Wan listened without interrupting. When he finished, she said, Priority rights are more dangerous than equity, because they look harmless. Exactly. She placed her cup down. Qin Zheng wasn't trying to trap you today. He was testing whether trapping you later is worth the effort. Lin Chen looked at her. That's very direct. You prefer direct. I do. Then I'll be direct again. Her eyes became serious. You need allies before you need enemies. Lin Chen smiled faintly. I have some. Not enough. The answer was calm, but not discouraging. She wasn't saying he was weak. She was telling him the game had expanded. After dinner, Lin Chen reached for the bill. Su Wan stopped him. I said my treat. You also said I owed you dinner. I collected by choosing the place. That doesn't sound fair. She smiled. Investment people define fairness carefully. Lin Chen laughed. The waiter placed the bill down. Su Wan paid before he could argue. When she handed back the card, Lin Chen noticed something. No display, no performance, no attempt to make him feel indebted. Just a quiet choice, like his first cup of coffee for her. Kindness without spectacle. Perhaps that was why he remembered it. Late that night, Lin Chen returned to his apartment. The recommendation letter from Shen Yao lay on his desk. The Qingyun capital documents were finalized. Cloudlink's Bright River pilot had cleared its first risk checkpoint. Li Wei was suspended. Hengyuan had revealed itself. Golden Peak remained watching. The system appeared in soft blue light above the desk. Arc conflict evaluation complete. Dependency trap avoided. Founder loyalty preserved. Reputation attack countered. Evidence defense successful. Business infrastructure established. Capital layer detected. Identity transition progress. Employee, 82% independent operator. 63%. Lin Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. The numbers no longer added to 100. That meant they were not a split. They were separate identities growing and fading at different speeds. The interface continued. Reward issued. Reputation defense cashback. ANB 2,400,000. Business defense experience increased. Professional network evaluation increased. New function progress. Influence map synchronization 34%. The phrase made Lin Chen sit straighter. Influence map. For the first time, the system named what he had been building manually in his notebook. Networks, relationships, hidden company structures, people behind people. Before he could process it fully, one final notification appeared. Final trigger condition updated. To complete identity transition, host must voluntarily choose future path. No external force may decide. The interface vanished. Lin Chen sat silently in the glow of his desk lamp. Outside, Jiang City stretched into the night. For weeks others had tried to define him. Poor boyfriend, junior employee, useful investor, potential threat. Strategic pattern. But the system had made one thing clear. The final step could not be forced. He had to choose. He opened his laptop. The resignation document waited exactly where he had left it. This time, he did not create a plan. He began writing the letter. No anger, no drama, no accusation, only a clean ending. When the first line appeared on the page, the rain outside began again. Soft, steady, like the city itself was turning a page with him.